Greetings, my girlfriend is hooked on her rabbit. Dear Mckoy, my girlfriend is hooked on her rabbit. I bought my girlfriend her first sex toy, a rabbit, last year Christmas. She was very excited to try it out, and within minutes of me using it on her she began squirting all over the bed. She has never reached an orgasm with me, but she assures me that she does enjoy the sex. The problem now is that I am having second thoughts about her using this sex toy because she has developed an addiction to the quick and intense orgasms that it gives her. I am not able to give her that, and it seems she lost interest in having sex with me. She spends too much time using it, and I don't want to be competing with a rabbit. M. Smith. Dear M, I understand your frustration, and I wouldn't be shocked if you felt compelled to take away her toy until you two could reconnect sexually. Have a discussion with your girlfriend, be honest, and tell her that you feel redundant in the bedroom. Some couples forget that sex shouldn't be a competition or a way for one person to get all the fun. Ask her to help you understand her body, how she gets aroused, and what she wants from an orgasmic experience without any help from a toy. Greetings, my boyfriend has a small tool. Dear Mckoy, my boyfriend has a small tool. I am 28 and have been in a number of relationships that didn't turn out well for me. For the past 6 months, I have been dating a wonderful, loving man. He is 31, has a muscular body, very handsome, but his penis is just around 5 inches long when it's fully erect. Even though he's a sensitive lover in other ways, I feel nothing when he puts his penis inside me. I yearn for the sensation of having my vagina stretched to the point where I am compelled to scream. As our relationship gets more stable, I fear that I will never be able to experience the pleasure of hardcore sex the same way that I have with my past boyfriends. I really love him and I don't want to end the relationship because of this. Any advice? L. James. Dear L, what is your specific objective in terms of relationships? Is it to find the ideal partner or the perfect penis size? Looking for happiness on every level is a sure recipe for disappointment, unhappiness, and regret. To have a truly intimate and loving human relationship, both partners must be able to recognize and accept the inadequacies of the other, as well as admit and discuss their own. At this point in your new relationship, it would be foolish to dismiss a good man just because of the size of his penis, especially if he is a satisfying lover in other areas. Greetings, caught my husband with my best friend. Dear Mckoy, my husband and I have been married for 1 year, but we had been together for about 4 years. I'm in my early stage of pregnancy, and our relationship seemed perfect until recently. My best friend and her husband broke up a few months ago, and as a good friend, I made her my top priority. I didn't want her to feel lonely, so I told her she could stay with us for a while. I didn't think things would go this way. She was my best friend for over 10 years. I put all of my faith in her, and she backstabbed me in the worst way possible. I had my suspicions for a while now. I noticed the way he looks at her because she is always skimpily dressed. They were too comfortable with each other, always sitting close and always sharing jokes. After a while I felt as if I wasn't her best friend anymore, he was. When I asked him about it he shoved me down saying I was too jealous, and that I should put more trust in the relationship. My husband normally reaches home before I do and I usually get home sometime after 7 at night. But last Thursday, I was able to leave work early. When I got home the TV was playing loudly with no one watching. Seemed a bit odd but I brushed it off and went straight to our bedroom. I thought he would have been inside the room since he wasn't in the living room or kitchen. So I decided to ask my friend if he came home. As I got closer to the room she was staying in, I heard loud moaning and banging noises. I knew she didn't have a man, so right then and there my suspicions would be confirmed. I quietly opened the door and there they were, him banging away in a doggy-style position. They didn't even notice I was there until I started screaming out his name. When they realized I was standing there, you could see the shock on both their faces. I couldn't do anything but start crying. I ran straight back to my bedroom and bolted the door. I heard him outside begging me to forgive him. She did end up leaving that same day and never spoken to her since then. As for my husband, we rarely speak. He is trying to convince me it's the first time it happened, but I know better. I can't seem to get that image of them together out of my head. I'm doing all I can to just keep existing. Right now I'm holding on by a thread. I can't even function properly at work. Any advice? A. Smith. Dear A. I am so sorry you have to go through this. It's a terrible discovery, and you will be in emotional pain for a long time. This is a terrible betrayal by two people you hold dearest in your life, and it will take some time for you to get over it and move on. People can change, however, it is a long and difficult journey, and you are under no duty to stay and wait for it. Take your time deciding on what you want. Whatever decision you make will definitely affect your child. If he is willing to admit what he has done and promises to change, you can consider marriage counseling. If he continues to say that it's the first time it happened, then he doesn't plan on changing. He needs to come clean before you decide whether you want to forgive him or not. Wish you the best. Write to us via WhatsApp 1-876-353-1389 and remember to subscribe and share, dear Mckoy.